What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Line of the Stars. I'm Jordan, and we're back today with another episode of the DeAgostini Millennium Falcon from Fanhome. And we march on into the 60%. I just love saying it. Knowing that this is 100 stages, I'm just going to lean into that the rest of the way. I'm sorry, guys, but it is what it is. But as we cross into the 60% and as we cross into the stage 60s, we are basically going to be doing a lot of work over the next. Basically, we have what, 2, 4, 6 more stages of assembling the hull frames and collecting all of our hull panels. Because in stage 66, which kind of is funny for Star Wars lore, for Order 66. In stage 66, we're actually going to be assembling all the hull panels that we have and putting it in place, which for me, if I get everything done right today, could be this afternoon or evening or here in the coming week or so. I could actually be built up through, because my plan today, as I've already recorded a couple of episodes, is to go through and just really get a lot of this model done. And so today we march on to stage 60 and 61, which has us basically putting together a couple of our assembly jigs here and basically putting on all of our hull frame sections that we get through this part. We're going to be doing a lot of that. It's going to be a little repetitive over the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to try to keep the episodes kind of short and moving along. So without further ado, let's move on to stage 60 and bust out our frame section, which we built on last time, and it is starting to get a little large. All right, so here's stage 60. Let's go ahead and take a look at the magazine real fast. And the Arquitens class light cruiser. This is a Clone Wars era light cruiser. Basically was replaced by what we see in The Mandalorian. Oh, the nerd in me is losing the name of that ship, that class, off the top of my head. Maybe we'll come back around to it. Not super important. But this is a Republic era cruiser. Basically it's a support ship, and it from what I remember from the show, would pack quite a punch. So talking a little bit about, who is this? I don't know who. Some Imperial officer. Okay. And then, actually, as I was going through and reading it, they basically converted it to be an Empire version of the Arquitens class, which is a very cool thing. Talking a little bit about the docking collar, which is really cool. And you can see here, this is an actual shot of the basically the studio model, and they weren't trying too hard with the weather in there, because they knew that what they were shooting in, they weren't going to go too crazy on. There are decals that put this in place, and actually seeing this really does help me with how I'm going to approach it. Sometimes less is more, and that's the thing that I'm learning with this model. Less is more, especially the bigger scale you get. And then we start talking about our parts. We're going to get part of our assembly jig. I'm just going to move that off screen. You guys don't need to see me putting together that. It really doesn't matter for the sake of the build. And then, as we're going to be seeing over the next several weeks, just more and more and more frame sections going together. So let's go ahead, and we're going to need to grab some black screws. Let's see if we have any in our package here. Nope, there are no more screws. So let me go ahead and grab my screw box. And we are going to need, I'm just going to grab a bunch. Why not? Oh, I got a bunch of them over here. Just grab my screwdriver and just basically go into there and just grab large swaths, because we're going to be doing some work today on building this model. All right. So let's go ahead and get that closed up. Excellent. So I know that I'm not going to have much space, and it's the one model that I am ahead of Todd on, Marvel Phoenix. So, yeah. I have to use the magazine. All right, here we are. Go ahead and get this open. I do like when the parts are sitting inside of the little package here. Let's go ahead and get this opened here. Got a bunch of 2-hole connectors. Add it to the one that we have extra from last time. Excellent. Here is our hull panel. We're going to be assembling that here in the coming weeks. And our frame sections. Let's go ahead and get that set off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and assemble this assembly jig. I'll be right back. Goodness me. Assembling those things without making a bunch of noise. You guys didn't hear it through the magic of editing, but assembling those things without a large amount of noise is not possible. So let's go ahead and grab our hull frame. And this is for the upper hull. And as we recall in the last episode, I did my power mod. If you haven't seen that, I encourage you to go ahead and take a look. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start out by grabbing, well, first up, let's go ahead and get our packaging opened up for our frames. Don't actually use the things that you cut. I'm real graceful, you guys. All right. Got our screw. Let's go ahead and get some of our screws onto the table here. Grab a couple of our 2-hole connectors. See how many we need. That actually managed to beautifully place on there. It's somehow very strange. So I'll stab myself. There we go. Don't you go there. All right. So we're going to start by putting a 2-hole connector right up here at the very top of TF23. Been doing a few episodes today, so let's see if this has helped with my doing these skill. Actually, I took a break for lunch, so I forgot what I had done here. So what I've been doing is setting them flat against the hull, just like this. Kind of hard to pick up. Let's switch over to this camera and see maybe. So kind of flat against the hull like that. Getting them started. Turning them. And then tightening it down. So that's a good approach for that. Excellent. Go back up to the top here. And then we're going to go ahead and grab TF24, which is the one that's from stage 56. And we are going to be setting this offset just like this. And screwing it into place with 2 of our button screws. Excellent. Now we're going to go ahead and grab one of our 2-hole connectors, and we're going to go ahead and put it in this spot right here. So I'm going to show again from the side. I'm going to lay it flat. So it's got somewhere to sit. Put the screw down in. Get it started. Then turn it and get it into its spot. Much easier. Excellent. And these are kind of keyed, so you don't need to try to fret about which way it's supposed to go. Okay. Excellent. Then we're going to go ahead and grab another 2-hole connector and do the same thing right here. Grab a screw. Lay it flat. Get it started. Turn it into position. Yeah, see? Okay. I have figured out the way. This is the way, right? All right. Excellent. Make sure it's tightened. Then we're going to go ahead and grab TF29, which I believe is the longer one here. And what we're going to do... Oh. I was saying how it's keyed to go a certain way. I'm going to go and loosen that up. Turn it. There we go. All right. Now, TF29 is going to fit into place just like that. Let's grab another black screw. Grab a couple of them. Grab one of them. See if we can somehow gracefully do this. Start at the top. No? Maybe? Maybe. Yes. All right. Grace becomes him. Ew. Ew. Shut up, Jordan. Don't say stuff like that. That is gross. Okay. Get our second screw put into place. Excellent. All right. Perfect. All right. We're going to go ahead and grab a 2-hole connector. And we are going to connect that into place right here. Grab a screw. It's kind of hanging over a lip, so let's see if we can just pull this off with, there we go. Very nice. Now let's put into place. Which way does that go in? Straight down. Okay, excellent. Then this is going to be TF30. And does it go straight down like that? Yep, and there's supposed to be a gap like there, right there. Let's grab another screw. And get this one locked into place. Okay, so right now at the end of this stage, this frame, TF30, is only being held on with the one screw. So if you're doing this build, go ahead and move on to stage 61. And wouldn't you believe that's a fantastic segue? Let's go ahead and move on to stage 61. All right, I went ahead and opened the package already. So here is our whole frame that we're going to be setting aside. And there's some pretty good details in there. And the panel lining is actually really nice on this one as well. But once again, like I said, we're going to be going in and painting these later on here in the coming episodes or months. We'll see. Some of our frame sections, let's go ahead and get those out of the package. There's also one of our radial ribs right in here. And then they provide us with a bunch of connectors, screws, and a supply of things for the coming up stages. So I'll go ahead and get those put off to the side. And then I'm going to go ahead and install this. I will be right back. All right, and here is our Stage 61 magazine. Let's go ahead and just try to open this while we're up here. Then an Umbaran Starfighter, also from the Clone Wars. It seems they're really focusing on the Clone Wars era of Star Wars right now, which is one of my favorite eras. Talking a little bit about the ship. Talking about Imperial shipping regulations, because sure. It's the Gozanti. Yep, it's the Gozanti cruiser. I was a little wrong on my terminology there, but that is a very cool name for a ship. Talking a little bit about, once again, propaganda and, like the Imperial regulations, our parts, and our instructions. Very simple, very quick little stage here. So let's go ahead and do 61. And we're going to continue work on over on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and slide the model over, put our instructions on top up here so we can see. And let's go ahead and get to moving on. So what we're going to do is immediately grab TF31. And we are going to be putting it in place just like so. And we're going to screw it in place with 2 of our button screws. Okay, just want to make sure that they want us immediately to do that. Jumping right out the gate. I like it. Making me nervous with that blade just sitting right there. There we go. Excellent. Let go now. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and grab one of our 2-hole connectors. So let's go ahead and get our package opened here. We got just a couple there. Put them down on the desk. Grab one of those. A couple of our screws. And we're going to put this directly over the top of these 2 pieces right here. Now, I recommend, if you want to keep it stable and not be all floppy like it's happening to me right now, do build on the assembly jig. But for the sake of recording, I can't put the jig up here, so I just don't have enough space, unfortunately. I'm going to loosely start that one as the model flops back and forth. We get the next one put in place. Tighten that one down, and then get our next one over. Excellent. That's all taken care of. Then we're going to go ahead and grab another 2-hole. And where we're going to fit that in is right in between these 2 posts. Correct? Yep. Right here. So those are set in. So we're going to just... Nope. Trying to be a little smooth here, but it is not super happening. Although... You know, I would say good practice is do a bunch of frame sections in one sitting, because like you get to actually get to be a little not bad at doing this. We're lucky. You know, as the Jedi say, there is no luck, there is the Force, but of course Star Wars isn't real. As I am ungraceful here. Okay. This is requiring a little bit of encouragement. So do be careful here. There we go. There we go. That's why we leave the other one loose. Allows us to be able to get some purchase on the other side. Then tighten that down. Excellent. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab our radial rib. God, it's so gross to say that. Grab some more screws. There's one there. Got 3. That's enough. Get one ready to go. Maybe hold one, get one ready to go. We're going to go ahead and put our 2-hole right up here at the top. Then right below it, we're going to go ahead and connect the other 2. Excellent. That one's put in place. And finally, that one put into place. Awesome. Now, got a couple more screws here. And we're going to go ahead and grab TF32, which is this long one here. And we're going to go ahead and install it right here along the edge. Separate your screws. Almost graceful was he. But for grace goes he. Is more appropriate. There we go. And our final screw of the day, for you guys at least, not for me. I'm going to be doing this for a little while. And there it is. TF32 is put into place, and as I said at the end of the last episode, gone are the days of seeing this entire frame on screen, in frame, so to say. Maybe we can do a little bit of this. And there it is. We're getting close. In the next episode, I believe we're going to be filling up this area and starting to fill up this area. And we're getting up. Like stage 65 sees us basically putting the last of our frame sections on. So we're a couple of episodes away from getting that done. So today was a nice, quick, and easy one. Saw stages 60 and 61 complete. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead and tackle stages 62 and 63 and march towards finishing up the frames so that we can get ready to tackle putting all of our hull panels on, which I'm really looking forward to doing. So that's what I got for you today, and I just want to say thank you. I know that there was a million things y'all could have done today. Instead, you spent a couple minutes with me watching me build a model, and I think that's pretty damn cool. If you guys have any questions or comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. Like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And my friends, until we see each other again, I hope you all have a wonderful day in this beautiful world where we happen to be. And just remember, my friends, that this is the way.